We're out here at our Build Show Build Boston site. Today I thought we'd talk a little bit about electrical. So, let's start over here right quick. One of the first things that we do is we do an electrical plan that we submit. It's part of the drawings. It has all of the life safety issues on there, smoke detectors, carbon monoxide detectors, all of that stuff. But it also has a preliminary layout of all of the lighting fixtures, all of the outlets, etc., so that we can get an initial count from our electrician. Now, we know some things are going to change. We're going to do a walkthrough before the electrician actually starts, so we might add a switch, add an outlet or two, add a light, subtract a light, whatever the case is. But this gives us a really good start and a good start for the electrician so that we have an understanding of, okay, we have, 142 outlets in here, we have 90 recess cans, and then we can adjust from that number. So always good to do that initial plan, have that discussion with the homeowner. But let's go see how the electrician's doing some of this stuff, because they are doing a really good job. This is Brennan Electric, by the way, and you can see in here, when you look up, they put strings on everything. So everything gets laid out on a series of strings, and what that really does is it just makes sure that they're gaining that perfect alignment. I mean, if we jump into the hallway here, it really becomes apparent when you look down a long hall here and you have 5 or 6 recessed lights all in a line, that when you come around that corner later and it's all sheetrock, that they all fall in that perfect alignment. And the way you do that is you run these strings down the center of the hall, you get those on the spacing that they should be, and everything looks perfect when the drywall's in. Now, a couple other things that we're doing here, and you can see here, this is just another example. In this room here, a lot of times in bedrooms, we'll do a fan box in the middle. Sometimes we actually put the fan in, sometimes not. But then we surround it with 4 recessed cans. So I call it the quad layout for the bedroom here, where you have a center fixture, could be a fan light combo, but then we have our 4 supplemental recessed lights that surround that. They're probably on an order of about a 6-foot spacing in a 6-foot grid there. So that gets them about, 3 feet off of the wall to kind of help light all of the assumed corridor areas in the floor plan there. The other thing that we're doing here, you can see, we're doing all of our electrical boxes. These are going to get cut into the baseboard. And to actually get them so that we ensured that they were in the center, we did the math with the general contractor and the electrician and came to terms with that what we needed was to set those on a piece of 5/4, and then that puts the center of the box in the center of our baseboard. So that should all lay out very, very nicely, but you can see all of the outlets here are basically going to be running through the baseboard and not on the wall. Electrician, he's doing a beautiful job. He's got his boxes all made up. It's always a treat to see these guys. They have the notes here, where those switches are going. I think it's one down here. Yeah, this is a pretty typical practice. If you can believe it, I actually worked as an electrician some 30 years ago for about 7 or 8 months. Realized it wasn't my gig, but I did do it for a little while and spent a lot of time making up boxes. But you can see they leave a little bit of the sheathing on there, and then they can basically write what it's to. So when everything gets sheetrocked and you don't have the ability to trace the wires, you could just come in here and know by your coding there what it is. And the other thing that benefits are, if you're an electrician and you have 12 guys working for you, well, the guys that rough this, the 3 or 4 guys that rough this, might not be the 2 or 3 guys that finish it. So if you establish a standardized code where the guys mark things up like that, then Charlie can come and wire the room, and then Jimmy can return 3 months later and do the finish work. And it's a seamless transition because they're using a set of standardized procedures there. But anyways, There's a lot happening down here. We got plumbing, we got HVAC, we have the Zender system going in, our ventilation system. That's just a quick walk and talk about electrical. So hopefully you enjoyed that. I'm Steve Baczek, architect. This is the Build Show Build Boston site. Long live our buildings.